I've been trying to get back on track with my graphic novel, trying to get back to writing every day and putting those ideas down. But I somehow haven't stepped into that rhythm again. And each day that passes by, I get even more demotivated because I'm thinking, oh wow, now so much time has passed. Yikes, I can never get back on track. But I don't want to feel like that. And unfortunately, I have been feeling like that. Today, when I sat down to paint a little bit, this is what came out of it. And I obviously think that I haven't lost the plot really. But when I told Vishal, I feel like I've lost the plot, he said, remember why you started. And then I was like, that's a great idea. I haven't even, as much as I write, I haven't written down why I started. So today I'm going to tell you. Today I'm going to write it all down and we're going to look at why I started. And it's also going to be for me to stay on course. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've decided to talk about three things: people, process, and purpose. The first of these being people. I love people. I make my work so that people like you can see it. And personally, I'm motivated by community and I love having accountability. And I also know that when people get involved, things can get a bit messy. But that doesn't mean that you give up because you have to create the community that you want to be a part of. So you build it without condition. Don't just do something because somebody else did it for you. Do it first so that you can create the community that you want to have. The next step of the journey is process. I mean, this is not just the next step, it's all the steps because process is the most important thing according to me. The reason I have a YouTube channel is because I want everybody to see that an idea doesn't just come into being. There's a whole journey from creating and conceptualizing to executing and eventually releasing that idea. Most times process isn't linear, and this is why you have to take the time to refine something. You have to go back to an idea. You have to come to a conclusion that may have been different from what you initially decided. This process that I drew, in fact, changes its perspective. And this is where I get really confused because I'm like trying to figure out how exactly the shadow is going to fall if the perspective changes. So sometimes process is like that. You make changes in between and you have to figure it out. But it's not going to be hard. You will get it. I mean, maybe it will be hard, but you will get it. You will figure it out, and it's going to look really great at the end of the day because you'll have this whole story and experience to look back on, and that's what makes process worth it. And last but not least, we have purpose. And I'm drawing these lines freehand because I feel so confident, but that's not always the case. Most times I'm doubtful and fearful of what the future holds. But ever since I met Jesus, I've had a very strong sense of what I need to do and how I'm going to do it. And there's always reassurance. And I feel like that's where my purpose comes from. So, those are the three things: people, process, and purpose. And I'll be putting up this image on Instagram tomorrow. So, you can see that there. Link in description below. See you next week.